kind of worn out now. Okay, so this video is going to be about the patient check-in module. All right, and I'm going to show you some of the features and functions about the patient check-in module. The check-in module will allow you to check into, or a patient to check into the clinic via a mobile device or a tablet that you have set up somewhere in the office. So this can act as a kiosk. It replaces the flowboard kiosk, and it's more secure, and also can be done from a patient's seat. You can also create a QR code that you can put in the office so that people on their mobile device, when they come in, they can scan the QR code and begin the check-in process. The check-in process is not limited to a time frame before or after the appointment. So it can be done hours before an appointment, or it can be done even if a patient has arrived late. Okay, so get that out of the way. And the calendar, I need to change that. Okay, let me do this. I'm sorry, I just realized I put in the wrong appointment type, so I'm going to go change this to a non-telehealth visit, because you wouldn't be walking into the office for a telehealth visit, okay? That would be wrong. I hope somebody caught that. All right, so now it's just a regular office visit. Okay, that's for an established patient, Pepe Le Pew. And this is the check-in module. Now, there's some things that you're going to need to have configured before the patient can check in. One of the things is that, of course, the patient has to be on the calendar. The patient on the check-in module is going to put in their first name, last name, and date of birth. And then, of course, the caveat is that they have to have an appointment on the calendar for the current day, not in the future, not in the past, right then, okay? And if we go to the patient's chart, I'm going to show you a couple other things. There must be a registered portal access to the system, okay? And in the choices, you must hear where it says allow patient portal. The reason for that is that the patient is going to be able to pay their balance in the portal. Oh, by the way, I need to check and see if this patient actually has a balance. Otherwise, I can't show you that feature. It doesn't have a balance. Hang on, I'll be right back. With the magic of recording, now the patient has a balance. You didn't need to see all that. That's another video. Anyway, so now with patient has a balance, we're going to run into that in the patient portal, in the check-in module. So let's go ahead and start the check-in process. So when the patient arrived, let's see, 1945, January 7th. All right, so, oh, this is going to be interesting. I just realized that Le Pew is not one word, but actually two words. Let me go back and check. That was a good catch on my part, because in the system we have it coded to look for first name and last name, and if the way the system has to pull the name and then do the match, it would have saw that as three names, and it wouldn't have found Le Pew because it would be looking for Pepe and then a middle name of La, which we would drop and look for Pew, and it would never find it. So it would just keep coming back and saying patient's not there. So if you have patients with hyphenated last names, we're gonna have to work on that. But for now, the patient needs to have in the last name block a whole name, all right? And send us some comments or suggestions on how we can get around that, or if that's not it, or if that's a thing in your clinic, okay? Because we know some of the other cultures out there have very long names that can be 4, 5 words long, okay? But let's try to figure out how to deal with that. Let me comment in the box below. Moving right along, we need Pepe's birthday, and you're gonna put it in month, day, year with slashes, not dashes, okay? And we specifically use slashes because most people were asking for slashes instead of dashes. Now dancer, now Prixon. Okay, stop that. Let's see, I'm getting tired. 1/7/1945. All right, so 01/07/1945. Yeah, I probably should have had my Wheaties this morning. And make sure that's right. I'm just looking to make sure. The patient should know what their birthday is. All right, and if you have multiple facilities, they'll be able to select which facility are they located when making this appointment. the original client that asked for this module built it out this way. So I'm going to go ahead and click in check in. Now when I click the check in button, there's a couple of things that's going to happen, is that it will change the calendar, it will change the flow board, and create an encounter for that patient for today's visit. Let's see if that's going to work. Go. All right. So now the patient is checked in. If we go back to the provider side and look at the calendar, as you can see previously it was marked as pending, and now if I reload my calendar, you can see it's marked with an @ sign, which means arrived. And if I go and reload my flow board, you can see that now Pepe Le Pew is marked as arrived. Okay. And last but not least, if I go to Pepe's chart from the flow board, it's going to take me into the encounter situation, and there it has the encounter for today. Okay. And I can go and look at the past encounters. I can see that 2/14 there is, oh, happy Valentine's Day. There is an encounter built for today that says established patient for Pepe. Now, in the check-in module, okay, they can check their information and see if it's correct or needs changing. And I'm going to tell it that, okay, I want to change my information because I got a new phone number and I want to use that new phone number, and I'm going to do a television phone number. So it's 898-555-1212. That's my new television phone number, although this is not TV. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and update my chart. Now it's going to take me to the next step where it's going to ask me or show me my insurance information and says that, do you need to update this insurance information? And I will tell it, if I tell it yes, I need to update this because I have a new card that I want to put on file with the office, I would click the update button. It would take me here and it would turn on the camera on the device, okay, and it would ask for permission to turn on the camera on the device in which the patient is using. Okay, and then they would take a front and back picture of their insurance card, and then on the next pass they will click finish. I'm not going to show you that because I don't want you to turn on my camera on so you can see what I look like again. Look at some of my other videos. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and click finish, and now that's going to take me to the payment page. If there wasn't a balance, it would just say next, because it will say no outstanding balance, and then we go to next. In this particular case, we made Pepe Le Pew have a balance of $240, and so they're given the opportunity to make a payment. Now, of course, we can't force them to make a payment, but the option is there to make a payment. Let's see if this thing works. And I'm going to go ahead and click make payment, and there we go. It brings them into the patient portal, and whatever payment method you have set up in OpenEMR will be used here in the portal. They can click on make payment, and it should show them what they have outstanding, their patient ledger, and they can see all of their charges and everything. And then, of course, payment method would be a credit card here, and this would be either a self-pay or an insurance pay or a prepay. Let's see if I click prepay, what happens? Okay. So I'm just messing around. I probably shouldn't do that, but you can mess around on your own. But this module is now available, and I'm going to do one more thing because I'm just curious now. I always mess with my stuff after I make it because you never know what other people are going to be doing. So I'm going to click the back button. This brings me back here again. Remember I said you can skip if they don't want to make a payment. So this is what happens if they click skip. It's going to say, hey, check-in complete. And now my video is complete. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one. Oh, by the way, the reason it took me so long to get back to making videos, I switched from Windows to Ubuntu as my desktop software. I finally found something that works very well for doing my videos. And now I'm back to being able to create and make videos for you guys. All right, talk to you later. Bye.